Have you ever just stood up from your favorite chair, only to feel that familiar ache in your knees, that slow, dull throb that makes you pause before taking the first step? Or maybe you've looked down at your ankles and thought, why are they so puffy today? You didn't bump into anything, you didn't overdo it at the store, and yet, your legs feel like they're carrying bricks. Sound familiar? You're not alone. See, many of us, especially as we age, just chalk it up to getting older. Oh, it's just part of aging, we tell ourselves. But what if I told you? It's not always age. It might be something much more simple. Something we can change. Something we eat, or something we don't. You see, every ache, every little stiffness or swelling, it's not just your body breaking down. It's your body trying to whisper something to you. Saying, hey, I need some help here. I'm trying to hold you up, to keep you moving. But I'm missing some of the building blocks I need. And here's the beautiful part, those building blocks? Many of them come from the food you eat. That's right, there are certain foods, rich in natural collagen and anti-inflammatory nutrients, that can help soothe those aching joints, reduce swelling in your legs, and bring back some of the strength and mobility you thought was gone for good. And no, I'm not talking about expensive powders or mystery supplements. I'm talking about real, everyday foods. Things you might already have sitting in your fridge. And a few you may have overlooked for years. In today's video, we're diving deep into 8 powerful, collagen-rich foods that can help your body rebuild, restore, and feel better, especially in your legs and joints. Some of these foods might surprise you. Some might bring back memories. And by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, simple roadmap to start feeling stronger, more stable, and more you again. But before we jump in, tell me this. Are you ready to feel better in your own body? To take a step, just one small step, toward less pain and more peace? If that sounds like you, then go ahead and comment "stronger every day" down below. Let's show each other, and ourselves, that it's never too late to start healing. And if this kind of caring, practical health advice means something to you, make sure to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Because we're here to walk this path with you, one gentle step at a time. Alright, let's get into it. Let's talk about the first collagen-rich food your joints and legs have been quietly begging for. Let's begin with a food that's as comforting to the soul as it is nourishing to your body. Bone broth. Picture this, it's a chilly evening, and you're wrapped in a soft blanket. In your hands is a warm mug, not coffee, not tea, but rich, golden bone broth. You take a slow sip. It's savory, smooth, and soothing. But what you may not realize in that moment, is that it's also doing something incredible. Quietly, gently, it's helping your joints heal. Bone broth isn't just an old-fashioned remedy passed down from grandmothers, it's one of nature's purest sources of collagen, especially type 2 collagen, the very type that supports the cartilage in your knees, hips, and spine. And that's not all. Inside that mug is a symphony of amino acids, glycine, proline, glutamine. The tiny but mighty building blocks your body uses to repair the very tissues that ache when you get up in the morning. Your ligaments, your tendons, your joint lining, they're all crying out for these nutrients. Now here's where many people get it wrong. They think they need to rush out and buy the latest fancy collagen powder or expensive supplement from a health store. But the truth is, you can get real, absorbable collagen from something as humble and affordable as slow-cooked broth made from animal bones. No gimmicks. No capsules. Just real food doing real healing. And here's a practical tip: if sipping broth doesn't sound appealing at first, don't worry. You can use bone broth as the base for your soups, stews, or even when cooking rice or vegetables. And whenever possible, choose organic, grass-fed, or pasture-raised bones. The healthier the animal, the richer the broth. It's simple, nourishing, and deeply restorative. But don't worry if bone broth isn't your thing. Because up next is something sweet, juicy, and surprisingly powerful for joint health. Ever noticed how folks in small coastal villages, those quiet, salt-kissed towns where life moves a little slower, seem to age with a kind of grace? They walk a little straighter, complain a little less about aching joints, and move with a lightness that doesn't quite match their years. Their secret? Fatty fish. Especially salmon. See, salmon isn't just delicious. It's one of the most joint-friendly foods you can put on your plate. It's rich in two powerful allies your aging body craves, natural collagen and omega-3 fatty acids. Let's talk about those omega-3s for a moment. These healthy fats act like little firefighters, traveling through your bloodstream, calming the inflammation that leads to swelling, stiffness, and that frustrating joint pain that seems to creep in at the worst times. And when your joints are less inflamed, they move more freely. With less pain. More ease. But that's not all. Salmon also contains collagen-supporting nutrients, like vitamin D and astaxanthin, an antioxidant that protects your joints and skin from premature aging. It's like nature's dual-action formula, one part soothing, one part rebuilding. Now, here's a common misunderstanding: many people believe salmon is too fancy or expensive to eat regularly. But here's the truth: even canned salmon, with bones included, can be incredibly nourishing. In fact, those soft, edible bones? They're packed with calcium and collagen. You don't need to be a chef. You don't need to spend a fortune. Just grill it, bake it, flake it into a salad, or mix canned salmon into a sandwich filling with a little olive oil and lemon. Aim for 2 servings a week. That's all it takes to start seeing and feeling the difference. Now, maybe fish isn't quite your flavor. That's okay. Because next up is something on the sweeter side. A fruit that not only tastes amazing, but also helps your body create more collagen from the inside out. Think back for a moment. To a summer afternoon when you were young, maybe in your backyard, maybe out on a farm road. The sun warm on your face, the smell of grass in the air. And in your hand, a little basket slowly filling with strawberries, blueberries, or raspberries. Each one bursting with sweetness and just a hint of tang. You probably didn't know it then. But those tiny berries weren't just tasty, they were healing you in ways your body remembers even now. Because today, those same berries are still one of the most powerful allies for your joint health. Why? Because they're packed with vitamin C, a nutrient your body absolutely must have to make collagen. You see, collagen doesn't just appear in the body like magic. Your body needs raw materials to build it. And vitamin C? It's the foreman on that construction site. Without it, your body can't form or maintain collagen properly. No vitamin C, no collagen. It really is that simple. But there's more. Berries are also full of antioxidants, which fight the free radicals that speed up joint aging and damage tissues over time. They're like a cleanup crew for your cells, sweeping away inflammation and giving your body a chance to rebuild. Now, here's where some folks hesitate, especially older adults. There's this worry that fruit equals sugar, and sugar equals bad. But that's not the full picture. Berries, unlike sugary desserts or fruit juices, are low on the glycemic index. That means they don't spike your blood sugar. In fact, they support blood sugar balance, thanks to their fiber and antioxidant content. So, here's what you can do: add a handful of blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries to your morning oatmeal. Toss them into plain yogurt. Or just keep a bag of frozen mixed berries in your freezer for a quick, nutrient-rich snack. Frozen berries hold on to their nutrients just as well as fresh, sometimes even better. And they taste like a memory of simpler times, when food was joyful and healing without us even knowing. But berries aren't the only way to boost your collagen. Because now, we're heading into the world of greens, and there's one lesser-known leafy vegetable that's quietly doing wonders for aging joints. You probably remember hearing it growing up. Eat your greens. It might have been your mother at the dinner table, gently pointing to the spinach on your plate. Back then, it was all about iron and staying strong. But here's something you might not have known: spinach doesn't just give you strength. It actually helps collagen do its job better. This leafy green might look delicate, but it's packed with magnesium, a mineral that plays a behind-the-scenes role in almost every muscle and joint function in your body. Without enough magnesium, your body struggles to properly activate collagen. And your legs? They don't feel as steady, your steps feel a little weaker, and those nagging aches start to stick around longer than they should. Spinach also offers a boost of vitamin C, that essential partner we talked about earlier when we covered berries. Together, these nutrients support strong connective tissue, healthier muscles, and better blood flow through your legs. But here's a common misconception. Some people worry that cooking spinach destroys its nutrients. That's not exactly true. Lightly steaming spinach actually makes some nutrients, like beta-carotene and calcium, easier for your body to absorb. So whether you toss it into your scrambled eggs, blend it into a morning smoothie, or mix it into soups, a little spinach really does go a long way. And now, let's shift gears a bit. Because while greens are good, sometimes you just want a snack, something easy, something satisfying. And this next one? It's small, it's nutty, and it quietly does wonders for your joints. Let's talk about walnuts. Now, imagine this: you're reaching for a quick bite between meals. Instead of chips or crackers, you go for a handful of walnuts. Crunchy, rich, and just the right amount of satisfying. But what you're really doing in that moment is feeding your joints something they love. Walnuts are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids. The same kind that help fight inflammation deep within your joints. They soothe the stiffness. They reduce the swelling. And with regular use, they can help your knees feel more flexible, your ankles less swollen, your walk a little easier. And here's a bonus: walnuts also support your skin's elasticity, which is another sign that collagen is working well in your body. But here's where people get stuck. They hear nuts and think too many calories. But let me reassure you, moderation is the key. Just one small handful a day, about an ounce, is all you need to get those benefits, without overdoing it. Sprinkle them over a salad. Toss them into your oatmeal. Or just grab a few as a midday snack. Our next food is rich, comforting, and surprisingly packed with collagen-boosting goodness. Let's take a moment to go back in time. Think about your childhood breakfasts. Was there ever a morning that didn't start with eggs? Scrambled, boiled, fried in a cast-iron pan with a pinch of salt. Eggs were simple, filling, and comforting. But here's the part we didn't know back then: they're not just breakfast food. They're building blocks for your joints, bones, and skin. Eggs, especially the yolks, are packed with proline and lysine, two amino acids your body needs to make collagen. And when it comes to keeping your legs strong and flexible, collagen is everything. And don't forget the yolk. That golden center is full of vitamin D. Essential for keeping your bones strong and helping your muscles work the way they should. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to absorb calcium, and that can lead to brittle bones and aching joints. But here's a misconception that's stuck around far too long: some folks still avoid egg yolks because they've heard it raises cholesterol. The truth? For most older adults, eating one egg a day, yolk and all, is not only safe, but incredibly beneficial. So, don't skip the yolk. Scramble them, poach them, boil them, just don't leave out the part with the good stuff. And if you're making an omelet, maybe toss in some of that spinach we talked about earlier. You'd be surprised how much your joints appreciate a meal like that. Now, let's keep going, because there's one more old-school ingredient that's quietly making a big comeback. Let's talk about gelatin. Remember those wobbly little bowls of Jell-O from family get-togethers? Every potluck or church dinner table seemed to have one. And maybe you thought it was just a sweet, colorful treat. But here's the truth, Grandma knew what she was doing. That jiggly dessert was more than just fun. It was healing. Gelatin is essentially cooked collagen. And when you eat it, you're helping your joints stay elastic and well cushioned. It gives your knees that bounce. Your hips that smooth rotation. And your back a bit of that forgotten flexibility. But not all gelatin is the same. The store-bought flavored stuff? Full of sugar and artificial colors. What you want is unflavored, high-quality gelatin, the kind you can stir into warm drinks, blend into smoothies, or even add to homemade soups. And here's a fun idea, you can make your own collagen gummies at home. All you need is some gelatin, a bit of real fruit juice, and a little time. Easy to chew, easy to digest, and your joints will thank you. Alright, we've reached our final stop. And this one's creamy, green, and full of power you might not expect. Avocado. Now, let's be honest. Who doesn't love a smooth spread of avocado on warm toast? But beyond its taste, avocado is a quiet hero for your joints. It's packed with healthy fats, the kind that reduce inflammation, keep your skin hydrated, and help preserve the collagen you already have. And with every spoonful, you're giving your body vitamin E, potassium, and powerful antioxidants that protect your cells from damage. Yet, many older adults shy away from avocado. Why? Because they hear the word fat and think it's a bad thing. But here's the truth, these are the good fats. The kind that protect your heart, lower bad cholesterol, and keep your joints well lubricated. So go ahead and enjoy it. Mash it onto a piece of whole grain toast. Slice it into a salad. Or, if you're like me, grab a spoon and eat it straight from the shell with a sprinkle of salt and pepper. Every bite is smooth. And so are the joints it helps protect. And now that we've walked through these 8 collagen-rich superfoods, it's time to bring it all together. And talk about what this means for you, your health, your strength, and the days still ahead. You know, it's not just the ache in your knees when you climb the stairs. Or that tight swelling around your ankles after standing a bit too long. It's what those moments represent. It's how they sneak into your day. Making you second-guess whether to take a walk. Whether to bend down and tie your shoes. Or whether to join family on a weekend outing, because you're just not sure your legs will hold up. The pain, the stiffness, the swelling, it's not only physical. It can chip away at your independence. Your confidence. Even your joy. But here's something you need to know, something I hope reaches deep into your heart, you are not powerless. You are not broken. And you are certainly not too far gone. This isn't about fear. This is about preparedness. It's about choice. And it's about hope. Because now, you've got something more than pills or creams. You've got knowledge. You've got a list of 8 natural, nourishing, and powerful foods, foods that don't just fill your belly. They support your joints, reduce inflammation, and help your body rebuild from the inside out. That's something you can do. Every single day. With your own hands. In your own kitchen. On your own terms. So, take a look at your fridge. Open your pantry. Could you add just one of these today? Maybe a spoonful of bone broth. A handful of walnuts. Some eggs with spinach for breakfast. Or even a little avocado mashed onto toast. It doesn't have to be all at once. Small steps, gentle, steady steps, can lead to real transformation. Because here's the truth you deserve to hear, you are not helpless. Your legs, your joints, your energy. They may have been through a lot, but they are not done yet. They're worth nourishing. They're worth caring for. And you? You are worth feeling strong again. So, the next time you feel that familiar ache, don't just reach for the pain cream. Reach for a solution that starts deeper. Starts with nourishment. Starts with you. Because you're not just aging. You're still living. And you can still feel strong, steady, and vibrant, at any age. Let's take a moment to breathe. And quickly go over what we've uncovered together today. You now know 8 powerful, collagen-rich foods that can truly support your legs and joints as you age. Bone broth, your liquid gold for cartilage repair. Salmon, rich in omega-3s and natural collagen. Berries, those little bursts of vitamin C that help your body make its own collagen. Spinach, a leafy green packed with magnesium, supporting both muscles and collagen function. Walnuts, nature's crunchy anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Eggs, especially the yolks, offering amino acids and vitamin D for bone strength. Gelatin, an old-fashioned remedy that's making a comeback for joint elasticity. And avocados, creamy, delicious, and protective of your body's collagen stores. Each one of these foods plays a unique role, but together, they form a strong, natural defense against swelling, stiffness, and joint pain. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these foods are already part of your daily life? Or maybe, is there one you've never tried before, but you're thinking of adding now? Go ahead and tell me in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to feel hopeful, or to take their first small step. And if this video gave you even one new idea, one tip you're excited to try, then I'd be honored if you'd consider subscribing to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Here, we talk about more than just symptoms and remedies. We talk about you. Your health, your independence, your right to age with strength and dignity. We share simple, empowering guidance to help you feel more in control of your body and your future. So, if that sounds like something you'd like more of, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell so you never miss a moment of encouragement. Because aging isn't about fading away. It's about learning, adjusting, and thriving in new ways. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for caring about your health, and for showing up for yourself. Stay curious. Stay kind to your body. And remember, every bite, every choice, every day, it's a chance to feel stronger than you did yesterday. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, and keep walking forward with wisdom.